Well, I think the common characteristic is just the physical nature of the game, uh, the type of players that you have on both sides of the football, on offense and defense, and how well we're coached. You know, it's a physical game, and we know it's going to usually come down to the wire.
How do you feel on this short week? I mean, it's hard to pack game planning in, but also just the physicality of the game.
Well, you know, I'm excited about this short week. You know, it's a great time to really emphasize the idea of visualization and using that as much as you can, and just capitalizing on those moments. So you have to have quality reps, that's for sure, and we're excited about that.
Where did that start with you? The visualization.
Visualizing really started when I was a really young kid. My dad used to always talk about, you know, Michael Jordan and Derek Jeter and Allen Iverson, those guys, and guys like Kobe Bryant, where they used to always talk about visualizing success, visualizing them making the jump shot, visualizing that base hit, or visualizing making that throw. And so for me, I used to kind of train myself to do that at a very young age, and then I've utilized it, you know, throughout my whole entire career, in college, high school, and obviously in the National Football League as well.
What is your relationship with Colin Kaepernick now? You had that ad campaign last year. Is it kind of good?
Yeah, I haven't really had the chance to really get to know Colin that much. He's a great guy, though. Very, very smart player. Very, very smart person, too, as well. So, you know, I haven't really got to know him, you know, that much, just because, you know, you know, he's very, very busy as am I. So, but I'm you know, looking forward to playing against the 49ers, and he's a great quarterback.
Visualization, is it always positive? You visualize the negative and how you're going to react to the negative? Maybe preparing yourself worst case?
Yeah, I don't ever visualize negative things happening. You know, I always visualize, you know, success. Always visualizing things going right. Now, if you're asking me if I visualize something breaking down and then what I'm going to do from there, yeah, I do that too, but it ends up being a successful play. So, so, you know, you have to train yourself in that way. You always have to, you know, have plan A and plan B, and the plan B is an escape plan on what you're going to do if they, you know, present this problem, and just kind of have an idea, and that way you're prepared for any situation.
How many scenarios do you run through when you're looking at kind of escape routes and stuff like that? I mean, is it basically kind of every which way they could come from?
You know, when it comes to visualizing escape plans and all that, it's a lot tougher to do, you know, before the game or before the play or whatever. It's more so just getting those practice reps, and then also reverting back to things you've done before, and things that have worked out well, and learning from the bad times too, if you've ever had any. And so you just kind of use those. But a lot of the escape planning is really comes down to just reacting to the play, reacting to the situation, and the players, our receivers, reacting to as well.
You talked after the game Sunday about just some of the protections, and that's something you still, you know, need to get better at. What is the key to getting better at that?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we have to do is communicate. It's going to be a loud stadium. We're playing in Levi Stadium, which is a new stadium for us, and we're excited to go there and see what that's like. But just passing it down the line in terms of the communication, and continue to do that.
Arizona brought a lot of different types of blitzes. How does San Francisco pressure differently than Cardinals do?
Well, you know, you think about the 49ers, their front four. You know, some of the best front four guys in the National Football League, and so they use those guys to get pressure on the quarterback, and so we're going to be prepared to block them up, and we'll have to do a great job of moving our feet and staying in front of those guys, and then making things happen down the field. You know, Arizona brings a lot more pressure in terms of different looks and all that, but the 49ers are at the top of the league because of what they do so well. You know, they trust what they've called, and they do a great job doing it.
Are you surprised they're doing as well as they are when you take Patrick Willis and Bowman out?
Well, when you take Willis and Bowman out, you know, you think about the star-studded players that they are. I have so much respect for them, you know, and so you think about how talented those two guys are, you know, and how physical they are, the difference that they make on the football field. But, you know, they've done a good job of bringing guys in, and you think about Chris Borland, a guy that I played with, and a guy that a lot of people said he was too short too, you know, but he can make a lot of plays. You know, you see it on film, and he's getting to the quarterback. He's getting you know, racking up those tackles and just making plays. And so he's a star player too as well.
Are you seeing teams react and defend the threat you pose as a burner on some of the read option plays?
Yeah, I definitely think teams, you know, pay attention to me running the football. You know, it is a factor, you know, but I think teams also know that I'm not necessarily trying to run myself. You know, it's one of those things that we're really trying to hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch 100% of the time, and that a little 0.01%, I try to take it.
Pete was talking about the job the offense has done taking care of the ball this year. Is that even magnified more in these games where, you know, it's probably going to be low scoring and possessions are at a premium?
Well, you know, every game's every rep that you get, every possession that you have is huge. It's you know, and so in a game like this, a championship style game, which, you know, I always say every game's a championship game. But when you're playing a team like the 49ers, they're so talented on the defensive side of the ball. You have to be you know, you have to be smart with the football, and you have to take care of it. You have to put it high and tight, and you know, tuck the ball away, in all those situations. And so, you know, I think that we want to win the turnover battle for sure. That's a big thing to the success of our football team.
This is obviously the first time you guys are playing since the NFC Championship game. Is there a moment or a memory that sticks out above anything else from that game last January?
Yeah, you try not to look back, but obviously, you know, the 4th and 7 play, getting that huge play, and Jermaine Kearse scoring the touchdown. That's probably the you know, arguably the biggest play in Seahawks history, you know, if you really think about it. So, yeah, you think about that, but, you know, you don't look back. You don't really look back. You know, there's going to be a lot of plays in this game that could be the next best play, you know, and so that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to making the consistent plays, looking forward to staying on schedule and capitalizing when we need to capitalize, and when the game's on the line, making those game-altering plays and winning the game.
Played on Thanksgiving before?
Have I played on Thanksgiving before? No, I haven't played on Thanksgiving before. I don't think so. I'm looking forward to this. You know, it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, I can make my mom and my dad upstairs proud, and my brother and my little sister, my grandma, everybody who's watching, you know, proud at home. I know I wish I was eating a turkey sandwich, you know, after the game, you know, with a little mayonnaise on it. But you know, who knows? I'm just grateful, obviously, to be the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, to have this honor to play with the guys that are in our locker room, with you know, the star-studded players that we have, with the fans that we have, with the coaching staff. It's a tremendous honor, and so I'm truly grateful for my family and my friends, and then obviously the Seattle Seahawks players that we have.
What was your football tradition? Thanksgiving football tradition growing up? Some guys had turkey bowls, and, you know.
Yeah, you know, my Thanksgiving tradition was probably playing in the snow, and at some point eating tons of food and tons of mac and cheese, and taking a nap at some point, and then watching the late night game, and so luckily I'll be playing in the late night game that night.
We saw some deep shots down the field on Sunday. In what ways does that build confidence, whether it's individual players, a unit, or the entire offense?
Well, I think that we're so versatile. We want to get the ball out quick, and we want to hand the ball to Marshawn, and we want to capitalize on our runs. And then if a shot's down, open downfield, we'll take it. But we're not forcing anything. We're not looking to do that. We have tremendous receivers that have a lot of speed and can make a lot of plays, and so we have to get the ball in those guys' hands, and they're our true playmakers, and I just want to facilitate the ball to the right guy at the right time.
Impressed with how quickly Tony Moliaki has seemed to come in and adapt with you guys.
Moliaki, man, that's a tremendous football player. He knows what to do. He runs tremendous routes. He just has a great feel for the game. Gets in and out of his routes right on time. Has unbelievable hands, and so his adjustment to us, is pretty spectacular to see, just in terms of how quickly he's made a difference. We're excited to have him on our team and to see all the plays he's making. And I think all the tight ends have done a great job. To have to step up for Zach Miller, a guy who's so consistent, big fundamental. You miss him out on the field, but to have, a guy like Luke Wilson to step up this year, and to have Cooper Helfett make a lot of plays for us, and to have Tony Moliaki just get here and pretty much show out and have a great first few games, it's exciting to see. And so we just got to keep going, keep growing together, and see how far we can take it.
How has your communication, pass protection communication changed since Max has been back in offense?
I think that we just need to make sure our language is always right. Always passing it down the line, making sure we're understanding what we're trying to say and what we're trying to do. And so it's just very clear. And there's no doubt what we're trying to do.
Did it come back quickly with Lamb?
Yeah, I think Lewis and Jean-Pierre have done a great job, so far for us, and they continue to do a great job of stepping up. And we're going to find ways to make plays, and that's what we have to do.
Anything else?
Thank you guys. Go Hawks. Happy Thanksgiving.